Well, the city of Indianapolis is now going after drug companies that make and distribute opioids.
Mayor Joe Hogsett announced plans to sue those companies on the grounds that they've misled doctors and patients about the dangers of addiction. The problem in Marion County is staggering. For every 100 people, there were over 72 opioid prescriptions written.
Tonight we have team coverage. Our Steve Jefferson spoke with police who deliver a life-saving drug to addicts almost every single day. But we begin tonight with our own City Beat reporter, Mary Mills, and the lawsuit. Mary.
Andrea, many other cities across the country have taken this route. Indianapolis becomes the first to do so in Indiana. Now, the city has hired a law firm to go after these companies on the premise that they lied, that they put profits before people, and the mayor says the impact of that has been just devastating.
Opioids are killing Americans. Opioids are killing Hoosiers. Opioids are killing our neighbors right here throughout the city of Indianapolis.
The mayor said last year alone, opioid addiction took 345 lives in Marion County, many more than die in traffic accidents.
The claim has been made that no one saw this coming, but someone should have.
He blames the opioid makers. He says they failed to warn doctors and patients about the dangers of addiction and overdose. The lawsuit looks to recover some of the money the police, courts, and other agencies spent responding to the drug epidemic.
It's time for those manufacturers and distributors of opioids responsible for the crisis to be held accountable and pay for the harm they have caused to our cities and counties. These potential defendants spread the false message that opioids were safe for chronic pain and not addictive.
It's a story that we see at Heartland Intervention almost every day.
Scott Watson, an addiction counselor, says he's glad to see the city taking legal action. He says the opioid epidemic has taken a huge toll on families across the state.
Somebody calls and it started with a surgery or it started with an elective procedure and they were given a small amount of opiates, and that morphs to a larger amount, and at some point either they transition to heroin or they become a full-fledged addict on that prescription pain medicine.
And attorneys say they have already spent hundreds of hours preparing for this case. It hasn't been filed yet. We're told it should be filed in the next couple of weeks. City officials haven't said how much they plan to seek in damages or what companies will be named, but we're told there aren't any here in Indiana. Now, tonight at 6, we will hear from a woman who knows the pain of addiction all too well and why she says she's hopeful this lawsuit will help others. John and Andrea.
All right, Mary Mills reporting live tonight. Thank you.
No one knows the impact of the opioid epidemic more than the officers who carry Narcan. That's the life-saving drug given to people who overdose.
Our Steve Jefferson continues our team coverage tonight at 5 o'clock with police sharing their daily battle in the war on drugs. Steve?
Andrea and John, every officer here at IMPD Southwest District carry a dosage of Narcan. Some of them carry more than one. And just in the past few months, they tell me here at Southwest District, they've responded to more and more emergency calls about people who have overdosed.
I never imagined I'd be administering Narcan.
Veteran police officer Jack Tyndall never thought Narcan would be one of his crime-fighting tools. The opioid epidemic has hit Southwest District hard, so much so, while patrolling the streets, officers in his district are lucky not to have someone overdose during his shift. And Tyndall is seeing things get worse before they get better.
Actually, in the last 6 months, it's gotten even worse. I know we had a shift here about a month ago where we had 6 overdoses on our shift, and 2 were fatal.
Since opioid drug addictions have been on the rise, officers stay ready. Tyndall not only carries a treatment kit in his pocket, he has a second dosage ready to go in this kit inside his police cruiser. He considers it a miracle to be able to help when the outcome looks real grim.
It's amazing what happens and how quick it can take somebody from being almost deceased to standing up and walking out to an ambulance.
Opioids are killing Americans.
Officer Tyndall applauds the mayor's legal efforts to stop the influx of opioids into the Circle City. Until that time, he's on the front line where the prescription drugs are not only a challenge, but so are the illegal drugs people use to get high.
The fentanyl is really bad. That's when I've seen people have 2 or 3 doses of Narcan and barely pull them out of it, and it's just really scary.
Officer Tyndall says he knows that the legal action that the mayor is taking will take time. In the meantime, he hopes people with family members at risk of overdose will get help sooner rather than later, and he also hopes that people will never be afraid to call police for help. Andrea, back to you in the studio.
Indeed, there's a lot of help out there. Thank you so much, Steve. We appreciate it. And tonight, here's a look at just how bad the opioid addiction problem is here in America. 23% of those who use heroin develop an opioid addiction. Drug overdose is the leading cause of accidental death here in the U.S., with opioid addiction driving that epidemic. And women may become dependent on prescription pain relievers more quickly than men. In fact, 48,000 women died of prescription pain reliever overdoses between 1999 and 2010.